Hi, hello, and good evening. It is September 22nd. Um, Not really a lot to discuss tonight, but we're going to get into it anyway. At least we get to judge Julie. And
Mm-hmm.
might I say,
Mm-hmm.
not too shabby. Let's get into it. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined by my usual besties. Ooh, that wasn't so great. John Dunphy and Gina Morgino, and this is Scratch Chat, your favorite Big Brother podcast. Ish, that's not really the line anymore, right? We'll get it together. You can find us on the socials at Scratch Chat Pod or on our fancy little website at scratchchatpod.com. Okay, so we went into tonight with Monte having the veto. There was no competition played. Not really much to ballyhoo here. Hi, Jason.
Hi.
Not a
What's
lot
up,
happened
Jason?
tonight, so I would expect you'll be pissing me off sooner than later.
Oh wow,
Gina looking
Oh, my.
scrumptious today.
Scrumptious.
I don't know about scrumptious.
Yes,
I don't know about that one.
I know
do you,
about
do you
it.
have any? Do you have
And-
any scrumptious snacks for tonight?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, what is Gina? What is Gina?
I do have this today. This is my snack for
Pocky.
the day.
That's
The
strawberry or
one.
cherry?
Strawberry.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't have any snacks.
So that's a scrumptious treat.
Yeah,
I don't have any snacks. I just have some Diet Coke. We got to get all our sponsors in here. Pocky, Diet Coke.
Listen, Pocky can sponsor me whenever they want. All right.
I love Pocky, and I also think that Pocky is a little pricey. So I wouldn't mind a sponsorship. Send a couple of bucks to us. We're in New York. Jason likes the chocolate ones. Of course, always a contrarian.
Last time I had the chocolate and banana one. So
Ooh.
They have chocolate and banana.
yeah, it's like a chocolate stick with a banana flavored like stuff on it.
Maybe you can be invited to the
Wow.
mukbang.
Sure.
Mukbang.
So silly. So any losers. Monte had the veto, and that's it. What did you think of Brittany's pitch to Monte outside on the balcony there? Where she was basically saying, it makes a lot of sense to kind of keep me over Turner. What else? What was she saying? Obviously, she said that. There were some good points she made, and now they flew right out of my head.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. No, it was. I agree with you. I thought she made a good pitch. Just that they had very similar games. I think that
yes,
you said.
and talking about competition wins and who can win something mentally, like how they're pretty much equally matched. Like,
Yeah.
I thought she made a pretty compelling argument for herself.
I mean, I
agree.
genuinely do. Like, whether she pitched it or not, I do believe that it is smarter for him to keep her over. Oh gosh, I don't like scrumptious. Can we kill scrumptious?
Scrumptious is in.
Regardless of her pitch, I do think that it is smarter to have kept Brittany over Turner because just in terms of jury management, I do think that he has a better case to win against her. The jury's upset with Brittany. Brittany doesn't have as much of a resume as someone like Turner would. I think that he would have a better case sitting next to her than he would Turner.
And are we also so confident that Turner would definitely bring Monte? Like, I'm not so sure that Brittany would either.
Right.
Like, I don't know if anyone would.
Right. Like, I'm not any more confident in Brittany than I would be over Turner.
Right.
Let me rephrase. I am not more confident that Turner would bring him over Brittany bringing him. I think that there's both, like, for both of them, it would be an even 50-50 of, like, do I bring Taylor or do I bring Monte? I don't think that there's more trust to have in Turner over Brittany. I can see why he might think that way because they do kind of seem like the boys, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's kind of a hard decision. What would you have
Yeah.
done in Monte's position?
If I was Monte, I would have sent Turner out.
I think it's a
personally.
better game move too.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, even if, let's say, Turner doesn't have the most impressive resume, what he does have is cutting Michael. You know, that's probably the biggest move of the game.
Right, except that he also did admit that he didn't intend to.
Doesn't
and now
matter.
Michael knows that.
Does Michael know that? Was it
Yeah,
in the?
yeah, he said that. That was actually part.
Oh, he
of
did?
The, yeah,
Okay.
that was part of the jury segment. Because
I missed that.
yeah, Turner had apparently said in his goodbye video to Michael that he apparently saw after the fact, which must have been. I didn't realize they did that, by the way.
Oh, they didn't air them because there was like no time in the double. I don't think we got.
Right. But I
did
I
we get
didn't even know that
Terrence's?
they. I just thought they just didn't get them. I didn't know they just got them later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because if memory serves, Julie said like in the extended interview they would be playing the
okay, that I
goodbye
didn't.
messages.
Yeah, so Turner had actually said, no, this wasn't my plan, blah, blah, blah. The plan was to use Veto and blah, blah, blah. This is how this went down. So like and then Michael actually made the comment in one of the, the faux jury DRs saying that like,
I came in like midway through that segment. So I missed the beginning of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he just said, no, I would rather vote for somebody who made the big move or something like that.
Right.
Made a big move and owned it. So I don't know now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Just cleaning up Taylor's well-deserved champagne.
Well deserved indeed.
She looked fantastic tonight.
She always does.
Jeez. No, I know she always does. I mean, of course, but like tonight was on another level.
Well, she's starting to bring out those, finale clothes.
Yeah,
she's gonna look real good on Sunday.
Oh my god, I cannot wait. I've already tweeted like 3 times just since the episode ended to vote Taylor Hale for AFP.
I tweeted before.
Voting is open.
I was like, Taylor's getting a cruise too.
Yeah, Taylor's getting a cruise too. That just clicked. Yeah, it's really fun. Except I'm actually a little disappointed in the method of voting this year. That is really not as fun to campaign with. I really enjoyed the 97979 of last year.
Now, is that definitely not a method to vote though? I feel like it might be.
It said it's online.
Yeah, they said it's just cbs.com/bbvote.
Oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, I think you're right. I think what I was looking at.
That's also. And I know we might be getting into some voter fraud here, but that's also a lot harder to campaign to other people. Like you have to go to a whole website and do a whole thing rather than just text your name. I can tell anybody, just text this name to 97979 and you're done. Easy peasy, done.
And they, and they prompt you when you go to the website because of course I already cast 10 votes for Taylor. They prompt you when you go to the website, like log in. To so they can take your email address so they know you're not voting 1 million times in one day or whatever. But so like even that, and it took 2 seconds.
How many fake email addresses are we making?
Oh, I'm gonna make a lot. I'm gonna do nothing else at work tomorrow. But
well, I have a lot because from my social media handles, I have like I'm Kyle Petty at Gmail and this and at that and that. I'm Kyle Petty is at everything. But then there's stuff for my legal name. With like my birthday in it, so there's those email addresses. Then I have like my work email address.
Right, sure,
sure. Then we have the Kyle Petty Show. Then we also have the failed podcast name, the cease and desist. Right. They can still vote. They can still vote.
I have my casting email address, my personal email address.
Exactly. That's all right. We're gonna get it done. Go to cbs.com/bbvote.
Yes. Yeah.
Only if you're voting for Taylor there. Otherwise.
Otherwise, don't go.
Yeah, don't even go. The site's.
But you're right though, Gina. You're right though, Gina. Because even you have to go to a website, right? And then you have to put in your email. And it wasn't like a real login. It's not like they asked me to like put my email address and then put a password and stuff. All I have to do is do my email address and hit go. But that's going to deter people that aren't familiar with the show if we're trying.
It's so much easier to be like, just text this number and then like don't do anything else. It's fine.
Right. So. I don't know.
They're trying to stop us. That's all right. It's all right. We're just gonna regroup, and we're pushing forward. That's right. Taylor Hale. for
That's right.
I keep saying AFP, but isn't it also like most of your house guest? Like, what is it?
It's really it's
What?
it's technically America's favorite house guest, but AFP just sticks.
But everybody on BB Twitter says, AFP.
America's favorite player, America's favorite house guest, same difference, whatever. It's Taylor.
Nasty. I just want to make sure we were just being correct. So Monte obviously, has the veto, sole vote to evict, and obviously, selects to evict Miss Brittany.
Which, can we also give a moment to Monte's outburst here?
Oh.
Because, I mean...
Oh, I knew there was something else.
Oh my God.
What a baby. Baby.
And we talked about this a little bit with Cass. I had seen the headphones debacle. I had not seen the, whatever it was, goddaughter, niece, whatever it was, conversation. That's all it was. That's the conversation that had Monte losing his mind for like 2 days. That was it. That had him dramatically packing up his stuff and moving out of the HOH room and breaking up with Taylor and making it this whole big thing. That's it?
It was so ridiculous. Like,
how are you going to make that big a deal out of something like that?
I know.
Right.
Oh boy.
What do you got, Kyle?
She made a joke.
What?
Haha. No. She made a joke.
You seem like you want to say
We've been
something.
in the house and we haven't been around people, so whatever. Then he fell asleep with her headphones on, so she said, "Oh, you're sleeping." Took them off. Apologized when she ripped off his glasses also, but was just like, "You're sleeping. You don't need these." And it was this whole big like, "Oh my God, how dare she?" Bringing up Daniel and like other people in the house. Like, this is why people don't like you. Come on, man.
Right. Like, can I piggyback off you for a second here? Because the other thing is, okay, you have your small goddaughter that is just a year old. You've been separated from her for the last, several months, more than 2 months, 2.5 months or whatever now. It's like, dude, everybody in there has been separated from their families for the same amount of time as you. Are you kidding me? You're going to get this upset over like a little joke, like this little comment that was made by someone that you've been like intimate and very close with for like the last 2 weeks now. Like, she can't make a joke. And now all of a sudden it's, "Oh, you're so cold. And I see why other people saw you this way now." And then like even the fact with the headphones, those are her headphones. She earned those headphones. You're laying in her bed, falling asleep, snoring with her headphones on. Screw you, man. She wants her headphones. Hell yeah, she can rip them right off your head. Who cares? Like, again, you are in her bed. Like, yeah, you are in her bed wearing
it's not
her
like
headphones.
It's not like he was listening to the music and she was like, "Okay, it's my turn now," and like to grab them like they were toddlers or whatever. He was snoring in her HOH bed and she was like, "All right, well, you're clearly not listening to this, so I'll take them back."
And literally as it happened, she was like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean for that. I didn't mean to take your glasses off. I'm sorry. Go back to sleep. Like, this is all clearly like joking, especially among two people that have been, again, very close, very intimate, very flirty lately. Like, this is clearly a joke. I just, oh God, I'm glad we brought this up, but it makes my fucking blood boil.
So annoying.
That's your winner pick.
Well, listen, he sucks, but you're right. That is.
He's also still there.
You were laughing the whole time. You were laughing, and we were like, "Uh-oh, Kyle's gonna be the contrarian." Were you really just laughing because you wanted to say it was his winner pick?
No, I really just thought of that at the end, just because John was so visibly repulsed by him that I just thought it was a really funny time just to remind people. God. That's all. Like, no, really.
No, you're right.
No,
you're right.
And I very much want to be the contrarian. But I really I struggle with this one because like his behavior really was disgusting.
It was just so disproportionate to what actually happened.
It was. The only thing is that there are some moments. There are some moments that I think that we could make some room for the possibility that in this situation that we don't really understand socially, that is a little bit different than anything like we've been in a moment that maybe you are, just feeling a little anxious yourself, or I don't know. The tone in which she was playing, if you're already not in a good space, like, you could interpret it differently simply because you're already not there. It's not necessarily her fault, but it's like just one of those things that maybe could happen. But to your point, yes, everything else was so disproportionate to that. It still didn't warrant all of that. But I could see sometimes maybe being rubbed the wrong way. If you're not really ready to play with Taylor when Taylor wants to play, I could see her being a little bit of an agitator in that sense.
It just feels like Taylor.
Sorry,
it just feels to me like Taylor has been the only one this season who has had to be cautious of that sort of thing. Everybody else
right,
behave.
Right, agreed.
Right. It seems like it seems like whenever something like this happens, it's always, oh, Taylor is cold. Taylor comes off the wrong way. She rubs people the wrong way. But anytime anybody acts in a similar manner or does some, the same sort of behavior or something even worse, they're given like a pass for it. This sort of thing to me, I'm sorry. Everybody in there is anxious. Everybody in there is missing.
No,
missing
and
home
I agree.
And
I totally
family.
agree with that. I think that unfortunately, though, I think that was always going to be her kind of her hill to climb, just because of how this thing started. Like the second you get a reputation of being a certain way, like everything now has to be. I have to now undo that. So like it kind of like. Doesn't matter how much progress you really make in here. It still only has been a few weeks since all that stuff happened. Like it was going to be a little while before you could really reverse that.
What's annoying,
unfortunately,
though,
that's
is
not sucks, but.
And what's more annoying than that is that there have been a couple of times in, I think it was this week, but it could have been last week as well. Like whenever Monte and Taylor started getting closer, that they started having the conversations about what was happening week one. And Monte was telling her, like, this is why people were saying that they thought that you were whatever, bringing up the Paloma stuff, bringing up like Jasmine thinking that she called her fat, like all of this stuff that has come up. And Taylor being like, wait, that's why people didn't like me. And so much stuff has come up in the air with Monte being like, oh, wow, I didn't realize how wrong all of that stuff was and how you were getting treated over something that had like no real value. And then to turn around after those conversations have happened and still throw Daniel in her face and still throw Nicole in her face and still throw all of that in her face after you have already debunked that she had not done anything wrong in that time is very...
That's not nice. Yeah. Again, totally disproportionate. That's why I had a hard time. I'm not defending him at all, but it's just, I could see just the initial offense. I don't think that anything he did after that was warranted.
Sure. Yeah.
It would just be like,
also,
okay, I'm not in the mood for you right now. And just remove yourself. And that's fine.
All it would have to be was, hey, when I left earlier, it's because I was bothered by this thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like I wasn't in a place to like receive that, like whatever. End of conversation.
And then it would have been over.
And
that's even what she said. She goes, right, you just need your space.
Right.
Like,
not
that would
not
be
this
fine.
like not this 15, 20 minutes in the HOH bathroom of her saying I'm sorry 15 times and him continuing to lay into her about something that was a nothing fight.
Yeah.
Like
and like I love he was like just continually calling her condescending as he is speaking to her in the most condescending way possible.
Yeah. She was literally just sitting there and taking it and being like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. And he was like, why are you so condescending?
So unfair to her because this is not a conversation that should have happened when she was like laying in the bathtub. Like, where was she supposed to go? What was she supposed to do?
Yeah,
like,
you picked her most vulnerable moment.
Yes, like literally like fish in a barrel. like what is she supposed to, like, that's so unfair. Yeah.
And I just think back to the beginning of the season too, where like, Monte and Taylor actually were getting along in the very, very beginning. And then Taylor went to Monte to warn him that Paloma and some of the girls were talking about him. She went to warn him. She was helping him. Even in week one, was going to him and trying to help him and be on his side. He just refused to believe her.
I'm going to be so honest. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. He was saying horrible things about her. And now even to this point of the game where we're entering the finale week here, he's bringing up, I can see why people in the beginning thought you were cold. And those people he's referring to are Paloma and Daniel and Nicole and Amira, all the worst people on the season, the people that the leftovers targeted and took out. Now all of a sudden you're validating what they were saying, even though you've spent the last 2 weeks up in the HOH room, because Monte went from being HOH to now Taylor. So they've spent the last 2 weeks together in the HOH room, getting closer, talking things out, really confiding in each other. And Monte still has the gall, like the nerve to go up there and take two little comments that Taylor made and twist them into this whole thing about how, like, now I see why Daniel and Paloma and Nicole were saying these things about you. I see why that was the case.
Right.
It's like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, gross.
Damn, I totally forgot about that week one Monte thing.
Yeah, that's really how all this started.
Yeah.
Well, I know what we can do to lighten the mood. You know
I'm
what
so
time
excited.
it is.
So
Time for Julie
excited.
Judgment. Bang, 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 bang. So stupid.
Oh my god.
Listen, we knew it was finale week when Julie posted this photo before the episode even began. We are ready for finale night. Dressed in black. Yes. I know it better be. I know it better be, Matt.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to kick this sucker off. It's a hot.
Big time hot.
Yeah.
Very,
Big
very
time
scorching.
No, I gotta tell you, she was looking fantastic tonight.
Scorching. Yeah.
I
Julie was crushing it in this thing.
Yeah.
My
Mhm.
God.
I have to tell you, I think that tonight she still had a couple of small flubs here and there, but I think this was Julie's best night tonight. I thought she looked great. I thought for the most part she was on point. She was, oh my God, when she was in that chair doing her interviews, showing some leg there, she looked fantastic. This was a good night for Julie, I think.
It was. Listen, I don't disagree. It was a good night for Julie. It did have some errors. All right, she was not Flarn free.
She was not Flarn free. She was
not. I will say that. Okay, her interviewing. Listen, I don't think she deserves the accolades that you want to give her. Okay.
I'm not saying that her interviewing skills were good. I'm saying that she looked good in the interview when she was sitting in the chair.
I don't think she was drunk, Jason. I don't like not tonight. Now Sunday, who knows what Julie we're gonna get.
Sunday, all bets are off.
It's finale night, honey. You ever out on a Sunday? Oh no.
You ever out on a Sunday?
I don't think that her interviews at this stage are very good. Now, I will say that I don't watch when we get the Instagram, extended versions, whatever. But I feel like
I very rarely watch them.
Yeah, I feel like it can't be much better. I feel like she only seems to thrive in this environment because she can't actually get into most things. So she's asking these very surface level questions that make her look like, she's navigating this interview thing with such aplomb. But
I was ready for it.
Yeah. I saw him looking in. I said, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, I was prepping. So I don't know. I definitely thought she was definitely lacking during the cookout segment.
Yeah,
and that all right, the cookout segment as well. Throwaway. What was the point? Yeah. And it was done very weird. It was very weird. Like, what was Xavier doing? Like, the camera kept going to him because he was talking under his breath or something. Did you notice that?
I did.
It was really weird. It was off-putting. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. It made me a little uncomfortable. This was not great.
It was literally just a chance for all of them to say, "We like Taylor."
Yes.
It's
and
like,
we're not claiming
girl,
Monte.
we know. So do we.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I was expecting.
Do you think they felt weird being there? I mean, like, what exactly is the purpose of them being there tonight? You know what I mean? Is it because of everything that happened this season with all the bullying and everyone kind of rallying around Taylor? Like, why?
I guess just a nod to the history of it.
I feel like once we get to this stage, there is usually there's always that one random person that it's like, and now let's interview this person on their thoughts on the season. And it's like, I don't know why they're here. Like, there's always, once we get to the end, they pull in some random person, whether it's an old house guest or just like whatever it was in Celebrity Big Brother. There was that one random celebrity fan of the show. It's like, why are you here? But there's always that one random person they pull in, and what do you think is happening this season? And then they talk about
right.
I can't remember if it was season 19 or 20, whatever it was. There was a season where there were 3 people in a panel, and it was Evil Dick, Boogie, and someone else. And she was just like, and what do you think? And it's these are 3 people that we haven't seen in 10 years.
Right.
Why are you on here right now? I feel like that always happens when we get to the stage because they run out of content, and it's well, we have to put in something, so let's bring in Last Summer's Alliance. Sure, let's do that.
Right. But I part of me wonders though, if because especially Hannah and Tiffany, right? And they've been very vocal about the treatment of Taylor in the house, and that's what makes me feel weird about it. Honestly, was this CBS being let's bring the cookout to talk about this? you know, like, because, you know, they'll have something to say about it. It's like, let's just bring them in because of everything else that's happened this, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think they felt weird about like even being asked to come in, like as like a 6-person group? Like,
I mean,
I don't know. The whole thing just felt
it would also
weird.
be different if, like, not that this is necessarily like the thing to talk about, but like they have been brought up quite a bit this season. And like, I know that that's not really a conversation that CBS wants to shed more light on. I'm sure they're like going out of their way to try to distance, like, no, like this is, forget about it. Like Kyle's seen the error of his ways, whatever. But like the cookout has been kind of like a fixture of this season as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Julie did mention that. She did mention, Kyle mentioning the whole Cookout 2.0 and blah, blah, blah. But like it still was very surface level. Like this was, I don't know what the point of this really was. And then you didn't even really ask everybody something. Like Xavier didn't really get to speak.
Mm-hmm.
He won.
Yeah, and then like once she was gonna do the end, she was like, "And who do you think you want to win? Quickly. Who do you want to win quickly?"
Right.
And it's like, why are
and you two ladies, whatever you want to hear what Tiffany and Hannah think, go on Instagram. And it's like, I cared about that way more than what DF thought.
Right. It's like why did we rush? Why did we bring them on if we're just gonna rush through the segment? Like if you're gonna bring them on, give them space to be on.
Right. No, because they had to tell us that AFP was also going to get on the Real Love Boat cruise. That's why we needed extra time for that. Lame.
Oh my god.
Really
I also, by the way, I understand that the chairs that they were sitting in were in the order of eviction. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know, there was just something that felt so wrong about having Queen Tiffany just like stuck in the back left over there. like I'm like, we all just want to see Tiffany front and center. Like, come on, let's be honest. Like
that is America's favorite player.
Right.
Like,
how dare you put her in a corner?
The whole segment just felt weird.
It was terrible. It was bad. Sorry. I loved the Cookout, but you were done
even
wrong.
Like
it's not their fault. Edited poorly, produced poorly.
And like it's not even just the Love Boat thing. Like I get why this is meaningful to the contestants. I don't need to see everybody's messages from home. It's not as exciting to me as you think it is. I understand why it is exciting to them. It is not exciting to me.
I am so happy that you said this, okay? Because I always say how I hate messages from family. I don't want to see your letters. I don't care about your videos. I don't care about any of these things. And Tommy acts like I'm the most heartless person ever. He's like,
no, give it to the house guests. Absolutely.
Of family.
Course they should.
No, we don't. I don't care.
Of course they should hear from their loved ones. I love that they get that. I don't need a 15-minute segment for me to see them cry over their loved ones.
I don't need even 5 minutes. I don't care. Right. It's good for you. Don't take it away. Just don't show it to me. Just like you don't show all these moments of everybody going to the bathroom. Lump it in with that. All that stuff that gets left in the cutting room floor.
Actual conversation. Right. It cuts into like the actual important conversations that we care about.
Matt, you are absolutely right. I have never once sobbed at nobody's Survivor family visit. I couldn't care less. Bring them in. I love it. Good for y'all. But we don't need to see this.
Right. I do also think that the Survivor thing's a little different though. Because I feel like, all right, the only reason that I do is because Big Brother, they're sitting in the living room looking at a TV screen, getting messages from home. At least from Survivor, like they bring the family there, right? Like you have to actually see them, like touch and interact with their family member. That's a little more touching to me. I don't need to see these people sitting around like the living room in their pajamas getting like a message from home. That I don't care about as much at all. I even like even the way like Big Brother Australia did some of this stuff, because Kyle, remember like the challenge they did where like you had to actually earn it, like you could get a reward or a punishment, and the reward would be like seeing your family, and like you'd actually get to see them in person. Like that, I think
wasn't there something like that on BB Can too?
I don't remember.
I remember like something with the phone.
Oh, on the phone, but they were able to see them like through the glass, something like that, right? Like even that's more like okay, because then you actually have like them there, like in the building. Like, but as in terms of like this sort of like family message, I totally agree. I don't need to see the house guests sit around on the couch and all watch their like family messages together.
Okay. Okay. I'll be honest. I'm going to take some of what I said back based on what you just said there. I completely support and did not need the family segment on tonight. Now, I will say that there have been some Australian family reunions that have gotten me a little bit. Australian
like
Survivor
Johnson.
hold on. Australian Survivor, when the family comes in, that is amazing. That is amazing. That actually does move you a little bit because they are there and they're actually out there for a very long period of time. There is no version of American Survivor where I ever cared that the family showed up. I'm sorry, or showed up or sent a letter. I didn't care. I don't ever care. I don't remember. Now, it could have been a season of like Australian Survivor and they did the plates. Remember the plates?
Yes.
They're like pictures made on like plastic plates. I don't know what that was. I didn't care about that either. Now, yes, Johnson and Big Brother Australia. That made me cry. But they're gone for a longer amount of time. That game is a lot more grueling than ours. I guess it's a little bit different. And again, the family was physically there. That is different than a video or a letter or a plate.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
The way you said plate, the plate.
Because I just think that is just the worst. Like at least a letter, if it's handwritten, like, all right, if I see my partner's handwriting, all right, that might get me. Okay, fine. I still don't need
The
to watch
letters
this.
never bother. The HOH letters don't bother me. I like those.
I actually don't like those. I'd rather know more about what else is in the basket. I don't really care that so and so is so proud of you for your blah 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 HOH win. Like whatever. Like I mean, you pre-wrote this. I feel like it's I don't know. Like aren't they
Well,
like?
I will say my one issue with the HOH letters is that because some people have gamed them, they're not authentic. Like the production has to vet them like 1,000 times to the point where it's not even in the voice of the person writing it because people have used the HOH letters in the game.
Wow.
I believe that.
Oh, do you not know about that?
No, I don't know about. I did not know about that officially.
I think that was an Evil Dick season where like they had come up with a code. So like in the letters, it's like if the first letter of this sentence is like this letter, then you know not to trust this house guest. And then the next thing, like if you use this letter, it means that the house guests whose names start with that letter, like you can't trust them for like what, like it was just like some kind of like the way it was written was like a secret code.
Wow.
Where like he then knew who to not trust based on like what was written in the letter. So now like production is very strict on what you are and are not allowed to write in an HOH letter.
Is that also why it's not in their handwriting? It's just always typed and everything, so you can't really do that.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
that's interesting.
Because I remember hearing, I think it was Tommy talk about like he wasn't excited when he got his HOH letter from his family because he was like, it just didn't sound like my family. Because like they had to like be so specific about what they could and couldn't write in it.
Right.
Wow.
That's interesting. That's fun. Some BB lore.
Yeah.
We do have a question here from Matt. Click the wrong thing. Who's the one person who would make you cry the hardest to receive a message or a visit from?
Oh, wow.
I've thought about this a lot.
I have two people. I can go first.
Yeah.
So for me, the answer would be one of my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 sisters. And I love everyone in my family very much. But there are 2 people in my family that would make me start crying immediately. One is my oldest sister, Eileen, or my youngest sister, Mary Kate. They are my 2 very best friends in the world, and I have no problem saying that. I would absolutely lose it if I heard from either one of them. If I was lucky enough to be on Big Brother and then actually win an HOH and get a letter from somebody, if I got a letter from my oldest sister Eileen or my youngest sister Mary Kate, I would absolutely lose it. Yeah.
Okay.
Silence. I was gonna make a joke, and then I decided it was like when you were first like, I have 2 people. I was gonna be like, me and Kyle. Really? You like us that much that you would be that moved by hearing from me and Kyle in your HOH letter? That's so kind.
When I get on the show and I win my 3rd and 4th HOH, they'll be from you guys.
Oh, we got 3rd and 4th place. Damn.
I guess you're never going to hear from us. Oh no!
Wow.
He really just gave us the hierarchy of where we fall in importance in numbers.
You literally fall only after 2 of my 4 sisters, and you are before 2 of my 4 sisters, my brother and my parents. So
I accept it.
I think that's very nice. It's very nice. Thank you. Thank you for the rating.
I'm gonna probably, if anyone else in my family watches this, I'm gonna have some
no,
things,
Mom,
you're gonna have some pain in the tail. That's all right. They're not watching.
Oh man.
Yeah, they don't care about this show.
I don't think, if I'm playing Big Brother, I don't think anyone is gonna make me cry, message or visit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just cry. Like, it's only been a few weeks. Like,
and see, that's the thing. Like, in my head, I feel the same way where I'm like, it's not that long, but I know if I was in the house, if I heard from literally any human, I'd be like, oh my God. Like,
right. Because it's
and
not
that's
just a few weeks.
Visit. I know, but I just don't know that I know that, like, if I got a letter from my partner, I would read it every single minute of every day. I would just walk around with it. I would just always have it. But, like, would it make me cry? I'm not sure.
I think it depends where in the season it is, because if it's like here, if it's right now, and I'm getting a video message from like Mom, Dad, Mike, Liz, I'm weeping. But if it's like week 3, I'm not gonna cry. You know,
it also depends on what kind of a time I had in this house. Like, if I've been doing fine and like everybody kind of likes me and it's just kind of been like pretty good, and like maybe I was on the block once, that week kind of sucked. But like after that, like it's kind of been fun. I don't know if I'm having a good time. Like, I'm gonna see you. Hopefully I got some money. We're gonna go out. I don't know. I just feel like.
But if you're Taylor, if you hear from literally any human, you're gonna be a
yes, right. That's what I mean. I feel like that's why it's a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Tough question. Yeah.
I just feel like, I mean, think about like situations you've been in that, you know, you were going to be somewhere where you knew you weren't going to know anyone. And it was probably going to be kind of uncomfortable. I think even a couple weeks in, hearing from a familiar person would be a huge deal for me and would probably make me shed at least a few tears. You know, even early on in the season.
I mean, I get like, listen,
two and a half months into the season, I'd be fucking crying my eyes out. I think even a couple weeks in,
I am saying all of this like, oh, I don't think I'd cry about being completely isolated in the Big Brother house. I was away from home for 2 weeks before James came to Emoji Land, and I saw him walk into the hotel, and I freaking wept. I was texting him every day leading up to that, but I saw him at the hotel 2 weeks into Emoji Land, and I was weeping. So, like, if I had no contact with anybody in the Big Brother house, I'd be a weenie, and I know it.
Maybe I am a little heartless, or maybe I'm just full of shit.
I think that's more correct.
Like, maybe I just have a much harder time than I think. I don't know. I feel like a letter would just be fine. If you came to visit me, especially in Survivor, well, I wouldn't be in Survivor long enough.
Not with that attitude.
Listen, I'm a realist. There is no version of me that could make it at all in any version of Survivor.
Oh,
I mean, honestly,
either.
No. So I wouldn't be in there long enough for anything to upset me. I'd be first boot. I'd be home before you wouldn't even know that I was gone. I'd be back so fast. You on Survivor? Yeah, I was only there for like 3 days.
I would get there on the first day and they would be, okay, we're doing a swimming challenge. And I'd be like, I've had a really great time. I'm just, bye.
You'd be walking back into your house with your bag, like, family's like, you're back already?
When did you go?
They asked me to swim. We don't do swimming, so I said goodbye. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely no way. I just imagine myself standing on the seashore, like, very proudly, and just being on the next boat out. Like,
Right, you do it for the
You know,
Instagram
right.
content, and then you leave.
Exactly. We just get a few good pictures, please. Just make sure somebody's taking care of me, doing the right
Oh my
thing.
god.
Could you imagine?
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, you.
Could you? Somebody stands on the beach and takes a picture of themselves. All right, I'm ready to go. I got my new profile picture.
Yeah, that's all I came for. Thank you.
I was on Survivor. Thank you.
Literally the only reason I applied to the show.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. All right. So that's that, huh? So Sunday night. I guess we're wrapping things up.
That feels too soon, but like, of course it's Sunday night.
We do have a really you know, what did Matt say here?
Matt said, give yourself some credit, people. People will be flocking to align with you. They may want to, but I'm not long for the game. It's a waste.
I believe that you believe that.
Yes. People may want to play with me until they realize I can't really play.
Until they realize I'm useless.
Exactly. I'm just good for a couple of votes. But see, the way that American Survivor is done, though, with these smaller tribes in the beginning, I could see me being dragged to merge. Like, I really got to get out of here. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Well, you're trying to self-eliminate and they just won't let you go. Like, no, we need him. He doesn't want to be here. No, you're still a vote. I'm sorry. I know you want to go. I'm sorry. Like Celebrity Big Brother. I'm so please
sorry.
Send me home.
Yes.
I will say, Kyle, like they like every season now, it seems like they keep shrinking the game of Survivor. Didn't Jeff say recently it's like a game of Survivor will never be more than like 26 days or something like that? Or
which I think is a real fail.
I think so too.
Yeah. It's like they're literally trying to say like, oh, Australia once had the longest Survivor, we're gonna have the shortest, and it's like don't do that.
Australian Survivor.
You think it is.
Exactly. This is not. No, that's not
Australian
a good twist.
Survivor. Australian Survivor is king, as far as I'm concerned.
It is really.
But I was gonna say for the end here, you guys aren't excited about the the really important episode we have coming up tomorrow night, Friday night BB24 episode?
Actually, wait. Now, hold on now. I'm glad you brought this up because the way that Julie described this, it sounded like we were going to be seeing the first part of the HOH tomorrow.
They always start the first part of the HOH at the end of the recap episode.
Oh, do they? They just
that last 5 minutes is like, okay, we're going into the thing, and like they give you like the rules of what the beginning of the competition is, and you see them starting, and it's the equivalent of when like how they'll start a wall comp at the end of like an eviction episode, and they're like, all right, come back and see what happens. I don't think we're gonna see who wins part one.
Oh, okay, because I never watched these, so like I don't actually know what they do here.
No, if we end up seeing who wins part one tomorrow, that'll be a shock to me.
Oh.
Do you think that we will get a jury segment?
No.
Usually not, no. They give us one tonight. They're not going to give us one tomorrow.
I know. I just, I feel
like you want to have a reason to look forward to tomorrow. You don't have one.
Which also, did we talk about that jury segment? I don't think we did.
Only briefly.
Oh, about Alyssa saying that Taylor had been sleeping in Monte's HOH room for the last 3 days or whatever. But wasn't one of those days, like, wasn't everyone in the house in that bed?
Everyone but Brittany, yes.
Right. Yeah. So even right there, you can tell. I feel like we just clocked Alyssa right there. Because she wanted to be
it was Alyssa's last little, like, to Taylor,
Alyssa wanting to be like, oh, yeah, Taylor was, like, in his bed every night, but I was also in... I was also in the bed too one of those nights.
No, that was one last shot at making Taylor look bad, especially in front of Joseph.
Yeah. Oh God. What did you think of Joseph's reaction to that?
I forgot about this.
Right? Joseph being like, well, I mean, I guess that's, their business.
Yeah. Joseph actually died a little. Yeah, he did.
It was very uncomfy to watch.
It was uncomfortable to watch, but whatever. I'm sorry. I am not Team Joseph anymore. I don't know why everybody's acting like, Joseph is everything. Okay, he totally sold Taylor out during Dyer Fest, and y'all want to act like, Joseph is like riding so hard with Taylor. Get the hell out of here. He left here like slamming. What?
Right. No, I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter though, like sort of like giving Joseph a pass here as if he was like. All this information was already out there, and Joseph was just sort of like confirming it. I'm not saying that I give Joseph a pass.
No, right. I'm just saying. I just think that's crap.
But it seems
that's That's typical toxic BB Twitter, like just standing the things super hard that they want. All right, because if this was somebody else doing that to Taylor, they would say absolutely not, no good, no good. But because we want Joseph and Taylor to be a thing so bad, we're just willing to overlook anything. Like, what is that? It was not
wrong.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, Alyssa would never have had it. Okay, never.
I also really I still hate this whole jailer thing. I still say that they're like I still think their combo name should have been Taylor Joseph Taylor rather than
I thought
jailer.
You were going to criticize Joseph, not their ship name.
No, like, well, I just, because people love this jailer thing, but I'm like, there's already a word that sounds like jailer, and it has to do with somebody that runs a jail. So, like, let's give them a different name. Taylor and Joseph. Much better, I think. Much better.
I think that's rough. I think you just want Taylor's name first.
Well, is that not correct, though?
I don't want Joseph in it at all. Not that I want Monte. Although I did like the
right. I think
Monte.
She's too good for both of them.
I thought Monte was fun.
Yeah, but Monte sucks.
Yeah. Matt didn't like Taylor either.
Well, I'm sorry, Matt. You're spelling it wrong. Also, it's Tayleph.
Which somehow feels worse.
Wow.
This is tanking.
I'm sorry, jailer is just so lame to me. Jailer, it's just Taylor with a J in the beginning. I don't know. It's just very lazy to me.
I thought that was cute.
I think it's very lazy.
I'm still bitter last season that we got Chrysalis and not Alysgin. All right.
All right. Well, Taylor is not as bad as Alysgin or whatever you just said.
It's not as bad as Alysgin. I think it's all bad.
I think we can all agree that Taylor is not as bad as Alysgin. What even is that? How do you spell that?
Alyssa and Christian.
Yeah, I know.
I know what it is.
I know what it refers to, but how do you even spell Alysgin? Like, how would you even spell that?
And how dare you try to sell it like it was something? No one ever said that. You just made it.
I said it.
She's like, oh, I'm so sorry that never caught on. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was never a thing.
I was just trying to say Chrysalis is stupid. All right.
Chrysalis is definitely better than Alysgin.
I still want to know. Can we have a spelling bee right now? Can you please spell Alysgin?
You know what? Because you've been rude to me. No,
I am not rude. I'm not rude.
Alysgin. ALYSSTIAN. Alysgin.
Bong, 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 bong.
Is that good or bad?
No,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what that means.
We have gone very off the rails tonight.
Who cares?
I don't even remember what we're talking about.
I have absolutely no idea.
We were talking about the week ahead because we're tired.
Oh,
and there's nothing else happening here. So yeah, what are we doing? I don't know, we got way off topic because we had some comments. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. You guys make this very fun. So Sunday at 10:15, right? We don't need to wait. 10:15, 15 minutes after.
It's a 2 hour, not a 1 hour.
Yeah, no,
okay.
It's a 2 hour. No, we're settling in. We're getting our due. This is the finale we're supposed to get. Give us our time. Rushing us off for Survivor's third episode.
Yeah, we are no longer taking a finale taking a back seat in our finale.
I think it was
to watch the second
episode
episode of Survivor. Can you believe it?
Yeah, no, we got our own night. Thank you very much. I wonder what happened to 60 Minutes. Did they get bumped? Oh no, they were always 7. They were always at 7. Yeah, who does care?
Oh, because Big Brother's always at 8.
Right. Yes, Jason, there is an episode tomorrow. However,
it's very, very important. There's a lot of really important things in it. You should watch it.
Don't tell
no
him
fluff.
Actually, we should tell him that. It's the most important episode of the season.
You
No,
get
honestly-
to see a crying montage.
Yeah, this episode is trash. It's just like the clip show. They just show you what is supposed to be the best moments, and honestly, you probably
It's
won't
all of like
enjoy
the
them more.
unaired feed moments that are like so funny, and they're always
Right.
pointless.
The funny ones we already saw. We took care of it. I believe it's
Yeah.
on at what time? I believe it's on at 8. I don't know. We won't be watching.
You're
I mean, if
gonna
I have
see a lot
nothing
of,
else going on, like whatever.
Yeah. You're gonna see a lot of Taylor, Turner, and Monte being like, "Oh my
Remember
god,
that time?
Remember that time that this happened? Then everybody laughed, and then they cheers, and then they just see a montage of like people laughing."
Yeah.
And then you get a montage of everybody crying in the DR, and it's always very uncomfortable and not funny.
Yeah. It's not very good. But yeah, you can tune into that at 8. That's at 8:00. Knock yourself out. I'll probably be skipping, but we'll be here after the finale. Finale's at 8 on Sunday. We'll be here at 10:15. I'd like to map out something to be talking about. We got to figure out what our schedule is going to be. All right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things coming up. Yeah, Jason said pass. Yeah. Smart move. Unless you're at home and you're high or something, got nothing else going on.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
will say, even our good friend Cass, BB Up Dudes, was like, when Julie was talking about this episode, was like, "I'm sorry, I won't be watching."
I simply can't do this.
Yeah, it's not for us. Especially if you watch the feeds the entire time. There's literally no
Right,
reason
you've
for
already
nothing
seen
like
them.
this. Yeah, exactly.
And it's all gonna be clips of like Daniel and Paloma and people we don't like anyway.
Oh,
So like,
Yeah, trying to make us
My
like
God.
them because we're gonna see them again on Sunday.
Do you want to put an over under? Is it going to be? Are we going to have 10 minutes, more or less, of Jasmine on her scooter
I don't
during
know.
this episode?
I
I
can
don't
almost
want to do it over under
guarantee.
because I don't want to have to watch it to find out the answer.
I can almost guarantee there will be an extended muffin segment.
Right?
Because they even had to mention muffins tonight.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, in that jury segment, she said something about muffins.
I don't remember.
How Turner doesn't have a poker face, something she knows that it was him that ate the muffins or something. It's like, enough of the damn muffins. But all right, so Sunday at 10:15. You can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod or on our website at stratchatpod.com. Thanks for hanging out. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, share a friend. Matt. Wait that.
Oh, wait, that.
Perfect way to go out. Thank you, and yeah. Good night. Oh my God. Awful.